Hey, how's it going? It's Walsh here, sick as always. Welcome to episode 31 of my Ruthless SSF run on Necropolis. So, I just gotta say, Blade Trap is pretty amazing. It's gonna be hard for any other build this league to compete with this skill for me. I mean, if it didn't have such a long cooldown, this would straight up just be my favorite skill in the entire game. It's just so fun and satisfying to watch, and the damage is pretty amazing. But yeah, that cooldown is rough. I definitely want to take a break from this skill, so I'm definitely going to level up a couple of characters and see what I like best. But we'll talk more about that later. Anyway, hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you near the end. One of the most fun ways, in my opinion, to decide your next character is just to go double corrupt a bunch of stuff. You know, random uniques, even if they're not uniques you usually use or want to use, just double corrupt it and see what happens. Unfortunately, my second pair of Atziri's Step died, so we won't be using those. I mean, I might use the other pair because they're just 4 white sockets, but who knows. Anyway, as you can see, I had another Ghost Temple here. Didn't get anything too crazy, but I had a double corrupt, which is always nice. And a pretty decent pair of 30 MS boots. I mean, why not? I honestly don't even have boots that are that crazy this league, so any pair I get is pretty nice. I did end up finally getting a Val Molten Shell, which is very good. Obviously, I can use that on a lot of characters. Not so much like the champion or anything like that, because to be honest with you, I don't really plan on changing any of his gear for the rest of this league, because he's pretty solid, and it would take like, I think it was like 12 or 15 regrets for me to fix it. Anyway, I finally hit level 88 on the Blade Trap character, which feels really nice. Every point I get now just gives me health, gives me energy shield. I could go and spec into more damage, but I really don't feel the need to be honest. Like, this character already does its job, it does its job very well. I had a bunch of currency laying around, so of course I wasted it in the stupidest way possible. Like, I don't even know why I was doing this. I could have been doing this on a steel ring or something, or anything else, or the vermilion ring. But whatever, it's cool. I deleted a bunch of alterations for no reason, and I got a random eye. Will it be trash? Gotta look at the rares first, obviously. And of course, the belt is like a perfect attribute roll. Hey, that's pretty good. Fire damage and life on hit. Why not? I'll take it. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a crazy jewel. I mean, I get a lot of people like the life on hit node from Vitality, but it's really not that special to me, to be honest with you. But fire damage is fire damage. Anyway, I did finally get my all in the tall fight, which is great because now I'm only missing tall. And if I do finally get that breach stone, I'll be able to do the invitation and get one more Atlas skill point, which I want as many skill points as I can get. I really want to experiment with a lot of different league mechanics this league. I definitely need to do breach still, and I think the other one was Abyss, I think. I'm also going to change my second tree. I think I'm going to take up the stakes, and I'm also going to take the, whatever the new 7th gate is. I can't remember what it's called. I did finally get a 5 essence mob, which is pretty sick. I totally forgot that node doesn't exist anymore. There used to be a node on the Atlas tree that made it, if there was like 4 or more essence in one monster, it would actually double them. So, yeah, I'm pretty sad we lost that. But at least we did get a new one, which is pretty nice, which gives you, whenever you complete an essence, the boss of that map randomly gets one. So at least you're still getting more essence somehow. It's just nowhere near as crazy. Essence, even during this league mechanic, I think is really good. I think Essence only sucks if you're only playing one build. If you are playing more than one character, Essence is pretty amazing. I've been doing a lot of the random corpses. I'm just trying to get some tier rating. I don't think I'm going to go above 300 for this next craft because it's going to be for a helmet. I know that the 10 ways aren't great for getting splinters or anything like that, but to be honest with you, the loot is kind of nice. I really like getting all these rares and getting all this stuff. So what I'm probably going to be doing for this week and maybe into next week, depending on how it goes, I think I'm just going to reroll like 3 or 4 characters. I'm gonna be honest with you. There are a lot of builds I want to play, and a lot like the thing is I try to avoid POB because there's a lot of stuff that like, oh, also really quick, this is a white unidentified map and 10 quant. So do with that information what you will. But anyway, like I was saying, I really do want to roll a few characters this league, just get them into lower tier maps, maybe get them to tier 11, tier 12, and then reroll again. Because there are so many characters I want to play, I just want to figure out which one is going to be the most fun. Because the thing is, like I was saying, I don't really like to use POB as much. I mean, later on when your character is made, or maybe just doing a rough outline or something like that. But overall, I really don't like to use it. I just kind of like to wing it and figure out what happens. Anyway, I'm going to double corrupt my Watcher's Eye. I missed. Is it alive? Oh, it's dead. Oh, I didn't change it all, so I was like, oh, wow, it's actually alive. Could you imagine if that jewel actually got corrupting blood? On my third Atlas tree, I decided to spec into tormented spirits a little bit because I had like 40 scarabs saved up, and to be honest with you, it was kind of awesome. The main spirit I kept getting was one that made all the guys drop, or not all of them, but a lot of the monsters drop random scarabs, which was pretty sick. And that combined also with the tormented spirit scarab was pretty amazing. I went and did some more Conqueror fights, and I gotta tell you, this character's great. I did die once because I thought that he was dead and I just stood there and I got hit like a moron. Anyway, I have re-leveled another character. This is a Firestorm Chieftain. I am using RF just for the spell damage, and the plan is to use the Coward's Legacy belt, which I love this belt. The whole low life gimmick is really fun, and on top of that, with the Rise of the Phoenix Shield, I also get additional movement speed, which is going to feel amazing, because getting movement speed as a chieftain is pretty rough. It's pretty brutal, to be honest with you. I will say it's very likely I'm going to roll another character. I'm going to probably roll a couple of them. I don't really know how it's going to go. So videos are definitely going to be a little spotty because I'll be doing a lot of re-rolling. Maybe I'll just play one character and like go crazy and love it and just stay on that one. But you never know. So the main thing with this character, I'm really worried. I don't really know how to like reduce the effect of this curse in a realistic way. Because the thing is, if you go Hierophant, which, or sorry, not Hierophant, if you go Inquisitor and you just always have the consecrated ground, that immediately cuts it down by 50%, which is pretty huge. You pretty much just negate the effect of the belt itself, and then you can just take a little bit more reduction and it'll feel really nice. But as a chieftain, that's not really an option. I mean, you could do stuff like use Holy Flame Totem and stuff like that, but that honestly sounds awful to me. The main reason we're playing Firestorm is I always play Firestorm the exact same way. So this time, instead of going for Ignites, I'm actually going to use Intensify. We're going to use Firestorm of Pelting, and hopefully it'll be awesome. I have no idea. I haven't really POB'd it very much. To be honest with you, I was originally going to play Firestorm of Pelting as an Archmage character, but if I do play Arc, I don't know. It's like, it doesn't feel like Firestorm, you know what I mean? Making it all lightning, that's like Lightning Storm, man. I don't know what to tell you. So I did end up using Firestorm for the entire campaign. I mean, obviously, as soon as I could put it on, which was level 28. And before that, I was just using Lightning Trap because Lightning Trap is insane. Yeah, I gotta tell you, the exploding, oh my god, what a helmet. The explode node on the Chieftain Ascendancy is pretty radical, and it makes this character very fun to play, especially during incursions, because in the incursion, if one monster dies and happens to proc it, it just instantly kills the architect, which is pretty hilarious. I will say, though, this character, I don't know. So as you can see, I'm not using the belt right now. We're not low life or anything like that. It is very difficult to stay alive, but at the same time, if I can't use the belt, I don't know if I want to play this character. So I'm probably just going to try to gain some more levels, get this character a little bit more defense, and then hopefully I can actually use it and stay alive. I might have to bite the bullet and just like use Holy Flame Totem for Consecrated Ground, but I don't know, man. That sounds awful. I would like to avoid that as much as possible. Anyway, I was doing some incursions, and of course, I finally got a temple. Unfortunately, it wasn't very good, but I did get a tier 3 breach room, and just look at that XP bar. Now, granted, that's not really Firestorm doing this clear, obviously, but just having the Chieftain Ascendancy is pretty radical, and Firestorm feels really nice with it, because all these hits are constantly going off, so you don't have to worry about aiming or anything like that. I will say though, I'm always in this back and forth between using not Intensify, between using Spell Echo or Unleash. Echo just feels so weird. I don't really know how to describe it. It always feels like you're like casting in one spot and the other cast is going off to the side. And I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to me, but I don't know, I'll keep experimenting with it back and forth. I will say I'm ultimately deciding to use the belt. I'm going to go low life, I'm going to go pain attunement, because if I'm not doing that, I really don't want to play Firestorm in this capacity anyway. If I was going to not use the belt, I might as well just play it as Archmage, which I really just don't feel like doing right now. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, here's what it looks like when I get Pain Attunement, which granted, this is just paper DPS, but still, that's quite a bit of damage. I will say though, this character is pretty tanky, all things considered. I mean, I'm cursed all the time, but the nice thing is I don't have to worry about bleed because crab armor. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I am level 78 right now, 18% of the way to 79. I've played for about 8.5 hours on this character. My resists are disgusting, 89 all res, 300 fire res. It doesn't matter how many curses they put on me, I am not scared of LE damage. I will say though, I am terrified of physical. Granted, I do have some stuff that helps with that. I have an exonerable so I can stand still and get more armor. I'm also considering coming up here and getting this endurance charge and this endurance charge. I don't know if I'm going to do that. We'll see. My next goal is my next 4 points are going to go to Iron Will because Iron Will will give me a nice chunk of damage. I will say the damage on this character, it's okay. That's pretty much all I could say. If it's a boss, like a boss room that has ads, they're gonna die in 2 seconds. Like I'll kill the boss instantly because there'll be an explosion. But that's not so much Firestorm. That's just Hinikora. Hinikora Death's Fury, which is pretty disgusting. That node is pretty radical. Anyway, taking a quick look at my tree, I have taken Seance on my third tree, which also has strong boxes and the corruption nodes, because I want corrupt items, I want Val items, and on top of that, I think Seance, like, I don't really like saying this because it's kind of cliche, but I really do think Seance is kind of slept on. I think it's kind of an amazing 4 points on your Atlas tree. Now, for a while there, I was running Paranormal Meeting. This is trash. I think just adding the chance of a random ghost in your map isn't very good, but Seance ignores the whole like, oh, my ghost didn't find a rare, or I accidentally killed the ghost. You don't have to worry about that because with Seance, it automatically infects the rare and all the monsters in that pack, which to be honest with you is kind of nice, and it's already been pretty nice value for me. On top of that, for my second tree, I am planning on taking Destructive Play and respecking to take Bold Undertakings. I kind of want to use this as like my juiced up farming map. I might even do Thorough Exploration, but I'm not sure. I will say though, it's going to be kind of rough losing all the Scarab nodes, but to be honest with you, I don't really need Scarabs right now. I just need to get a bunch of currency, a bunch of items, because I want to roll a ton of characters. Anyway, looking at my currency, I've only been farming for a little while on this character. 30 alchemies. I used all my jewelers and fusings on chance orbs, which I've been doing for the last few days because, I like to waste my money. I don't really have any big crafts right now. I'm hoping to get a regal orb so I can actually, regal this and start crafting it again. But anyway, outside of that, my plan is just to farm on this character. I got some decent essence, even though I only did it for a couple of hours. I'm pretty much going to stick to my third tree because I just want to, honestly, I just want to get more boxes, get more ghosts, just get a bunch of random stuff. And of course, I have Fear of the Light and Prospero's Wager because I'm just corpse farming. Anyway, my voice is dying and so am I. I am probably just going to play on this character. It's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard to say. I kind of want to push up to like level, what, 82 is it? Yeah, 4 points, 82, and see what it feels like with Iron Will, and then decide if I want to roll another character or just push further with this character. I'm not really sure yet. Anyway, though, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I see you tomorrow.